Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, Block Files, Basic List Files, I'm going to show you how to use list files in your blank fields. List files allow you to quickly make selections to fill in blank fields from a pre-prepared list. This can be helpful for blank fields for locations such as cities, counties, or states, for days of the week or months of the year, or any information that can be formatted into a list to select from. I've prepared a few list files already. If I go into my Blocks folder under Alt-E and go to Blocks, I've already created a few list files for use with some of the block files that I've used in the previous example videos. If I go to Transcript and into my Blocks folder, you see that here I have several files that begin with the letter Z. This is what I've used to identify my list files and keep them separate from my other block files. I have a list file for cities in my county, a list file for counties in Florida, a list file for the days of the week, a list file for judges' names, and a list file for months of the year. I've prepared a sample file to read the title page and certificate into to show you how these list files will work. I'll go to Alt-E, and I'll open up my sample file, and I'm taken to the top of the file, and I can go ahead and just read in my title page. And you see that it comes in with all of my blank fields, and I'm going to go to the end of my file. I'll press Alt-R once more and read in my certificate page. And you see that it comes in again with all of its blank fields intact. I'm going to return to the top of the document, and you see that the first blank I can fill in is indeed the county. I'm going to press Ctrl-E, and you see that I see the list of counties that I had pre-prepared. Since the list file itself was in alphabetical order, my counties are also in alphabetical order. This was easy to do since there's simply a list online that I can find. What I can do, since I don't have a unique identifier like a number in front of each county, I can simply type in the beginning of the county that I'm looking for, and then arrow down to the one that I want. In this case, I'm going to choose St. Lucie County and press OK, or just hit Enter, and I'm taken into the next blank field. I'm going to quickly fill in the case number, plaintiff, and defendant and date blanks since they don't use list files. Since my date blank field is the last one before the judge, I'm going to fill that in. And when I press OK, you'll see that it'll immediately take me to my list of judges. And I can choose any judges that I'd like to. However, you see that this list is not in alphabetical order. This is because I've added judges as I've gone along. However, there is a command that I can issue in this document to cause it to be sorted alphabetically if I desire. I'm going to go ahead and fill in right now. I'll choose a judge. And it automatically moves me to the next list, which is my list of cities. These are all cities or other unincorporated locations in the county of St. Lucie. However, you see that again, this list is not in alphabetical order. And again, I'll show you how to correct that. I'm going to go ahead and choose Port St. Lucie and press OK. And since I had my variables filled in, the rest of my blank fields have been automatically filled in with the information I've already provided, and I've been taken to my certificate page to fill in the day of the week. Today is Tuesday. I'll press OK. And I'll fill in today is the 27th. And next I'm given the month option. I can hit 10 to choose October. And all of my blank fields have been filled in. And the only thing that I had to type throughout the entire file was the day of the month, the date, and the case number. Everything else was filled in automatically or by simply selecting from a list. However, for the list of cities and for the list of judges, those list files were not in alphabetical order. That can make it difficult to find what you're looking for in a timely manner. So what I'm going to do is modify those files to make them sort alphabetically. I'll go to my block folder, and I'm going to open up my list of cities, Z cities, and you see that I have a list of cities that are just out of order. I have A's all over the place, C's all over the place, and I need to correct this list. So what I'm going to do is go to the top of the list, And I'm going to put my cursor in front of the first word on the first line. Like all list files, my city list files and my judge list file are organized with one piece of information per paragraph. In order to sort this, I'm going to press Alt-N as in Nancy, and I'm going to choose Index Command and press OK. Since I'd like to sort this alphabetically, I can type in alpha sort. And I'll press Ctrl-Q to close this. And I'll open up my judges file. I'll go to Alt-E and blocks, and I'll go to Z judge. And you see my list of judges, and I can go to the beginning again. And again, I have one piece of information per paragraph. I'll press Alt-N. I'll go to Index Command, and I'll choose OK. And in addition to alpha sort, you can use num sort if these entries were to start with a number, or you can also just use sort, and Eclipse will intelligently sort them based on the information available. I'm going to hit Ctrl-Q to close this file. And I've made another copy of the sample file so that we can see the changes to using those sorting commands in the list files. I'll go to Alt-E and go to sample file once more. At the top, I'll read in my title page. And at the bottom, I'll read in my certificate page. And from the top of the document, I'll press Ctrl-E to begin filling in my blank fields. I'll choose the county again. I'll type in the case number. I've put in the parties. And once I put in the date, I'll be taken to my list of judges, which should now be in alphabetical order. And you see that indeed, my judges list is now in alphabetical order. However, I've run into another problem. The judge that I'm working for today isn't on this list. I've never worked for them before, and so I was not able to add them. Instead of going into my list file and manually modifying it, what I can do instead is type in the new judge's name here and simply hit Add. I'll type in the name at the bottom, and I'll hit Add. I'll press OK. And you see that the name that I added to my judges list was filled into the blank, and I've been taken to the next field, which is my cities list. This is also now sorted in alphabetical order. And I see that now that I've sorted it, I also have a few duplicates. Now that I know there are duplicates, I can go into the list file and remove any extras. But what I'm going to do instead right now is select the city that I want to use and press OK. And again, the rest of my fields were automatically filled in by the variables. I'll choose 1 to select Monday and press OK. And when I press Enter, I should be taken to my months of the year, and I'll press 10 to choose October. So now, again, all of my fields have been filled in, and all of my list files were in a sensible order that made it easy to find information. In addition, I was able to smoothly add a judge, Joanna Burke, and if I open up my list file for Z Judge, you see that her name is at the end of the list, and so it'll be available for future use. Any list file that you have, you can continually expand simply by typing in the new entry and hitting Add. Another option that I have with my judges list is to use identifiers. Instead of using numbered identifiers, however, like I did for days and months, I'm going to use their last names. So I'll do Smith @ for Robert Smith, I'll do Johnson @ for John Johnson, and I'll continue this for the rest of the judges. Since I still have this list sorted using the sort command, it will now sort alphabetically based on the judge's last name, which is the identifier that I've used here. I'm going to hit Ctrl-Q. I'm going to close out of the sample file and open another that I've prepared. I'm in my next sample file, and I'm going to fill in my blanks again. And when I press OK to the date, I'm going to be given my list of judges again. And this time, you see that it has sorted based on the last name, which was the identifier that I gave it before the @ sign. So now, I can simply type in part of the last name, and it'll take me to the first match. I can use my arrow keys to select a different match, or if it's the right one, just press OK. I'll fill in the rest of my blanks. And now all of my blanks are filled in. And I have formatted all of my list files in a way that makes them the easiest to use. You can use list files to produce any kind of preformed information that you may be able to keep in a list. This video is just the beginning of what list files are capable of, and in the next list file video, I'll show you how to use multi-line list files. This would allow you to fill in the name, address, and contact information of your parties all in one step, using list files and multiple blank fields. Using blank fields in Eclipse already saves you a ton of time, and combined with using list files, you can cut down the amount of time that it takes you to edit and fill in form information even more. Thank you so much for watching this video. As a reminder, Anytime Support 24/7 is available. Tech support can be reached anytime, including weekends and holidays, at 772-288-3266. Email support is additionally available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications if you enjoy our content so that you'll be notified whenever we publish new videos. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.